Well, it's time now for this week's Focus 50 Plus, and Dr. George Schofield is here to focus in on the top predictors of a great retirement life. So I guess what we first need to look at is how has retirement changed?
Yes, well, we talked last week about the fact I didn't particularly want to retire,
Right.
and that stimulated me to have a conversation with you about how retirement's changed. Here's the deal. We used to all agree on what retirement was. You got a gold watch, you had a lunch, you could coast at 65 into a great 10 to 12 years. Retirement's very different now. First of all, it means different things for different people. Some people are going to continue to work, they won't have the money. Some people will move, some people make different choices, some people will work part-time. Retirement's going to require a whole different series of choices, and the big thing to understand is there's no there. Retirement used to be there, we'd arrived. Whew. That's no longer the case.
So then what are the top predictors of a really great retirement life?
Oh, good question. First of all, do you have a plan? And do you understand that a plan isn't permanent? You can't just put it in a drawer because things are going to go according to plan. Second of all, do you actually have not only the life plan, but the financial resources to do what you want to do? Third of all, have you found ways to stay really stimulated and keep your skills up? Because just because you were good at something earlier in your life doesn't mean you're going to now. And finally, do you belong to multiple networks? Not just people who agree with you or disagree with you, but different kinds of networks, Kathy, because those are where the new ideas come from.
So I assume to get to all that, you need some sort of action. So what are the most important action steps to get there?
You do. That's right. So action planning is really important as long as you understand that it's sequential short-term planning now, not long-term planning, because not many of us, unless we could simply afford to buy our way out of anything, are going to be able to do a long-term plan. So action steps look like creating a 2 to 3 year plan and having longer intentions. It's going to look like making sure that you've joined the right networks and finding the people that will interest and stimulate you. It looks like actually being able to go back to school or do something that will stimulate you in a way that you haven't been stimulated before. It could be volunteering, it could be a variety of things. And the most important thing of all, I think, is the ability to make choices, because people who go into nursing homes voluntarily, for instance, have a much easier time and a higher quality of life statistically than those who don't have choices. And I'm going to be talking about all these things on November 18th at 6 o'clock in the evening at Lakewood Ranch, State College of Florida.
Oh, it sounds wonderful and always insightful, and but very, very easy to do. You plot it, you plan it, you take action. So
Right.
if we follow your steps here, we can
Right.
all get through this.
And the major thing is, you just don't take an action and stop, because it's now iterative and you have to renew it, because you're going to have to make new choices. And if you fall into the trap of failing to make choices, you're stuck.